Welcome to the December block of our Baskets of Fun Block of the Month. You can make a 10-inch finished block or a 5-inch finished block or both. For this block, you will need 4 fabrics, a light, an accent, a medium, and a dark. The pattern for both sizes is at the end of the video, but for now, it's time to cut. From the light fabric, cut 1 square 5 1/4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. Cut 2 rectangles 2 1/2 inches by 6 1/2 inches. Cut 1 square 2 7/8 inch by 2 7/8 inch. Bisect this square once corner to corner for 2 triangles. Cut 3 squares 2 1/2 inches by 2 1/2 inches. Cut 1 square 5 inches by 5 inches. Bisect this corner to corner once for 2 triangles. While we're still at the cutting table, bisect the 5 1/4 inch by 5 1/4 inch square twice, corner to corner, for 4 triangles. You will only use 2 in the block. From the dark fabric, cut 2 squares 4 7/8 inch by 4 7/8 inch. Bisect them both once, corner to corner, for 4 triangles. From the dark, you also need to cut 1 square 2 7/8 inch by 2 7/8 inch. Bisect once, corner to corner, for 2 triangles. From the medium fabric, cut 2 squares 2 7/8 inch by 2 7/8 inch. Bisect once, corner to corner, for 4 triangles. From the accent fabric, cut 2 squares 2 7/8 inch by 2 7/8 inch. Bisect corner to corner for 4 triangles. While I'm at the cutting table, I'm also cutting the pieces for my 5-inch blocks and my alternate colorways in Christmas and red and white. For all the piecing, you will use 1/4 inch seam allowances. Piece the small, medium triangles to one side of the light triangles cut from the 5 1/4 inch square, one on the left side and one on the right side. The units should mirror each other. Press towards the medium fabric. From the small triangles of the medium fabric and the light fabric, make 2 half-square triangle blocks that will measure 2 1/2 inches square. Press towards the medium fabric. Trim off the excess fabric and piece the squares to the triangle units. Make sure the medium triangles point the same direction. Piece one of the light 2 1/2 inch squares to the unit that points to the right. Press the seams either open or towards the squares. Piece accent triangles onto the sides of two of the light 2.5-inch squares and press towards the triangles. Piece accent triangles to adjacent sides of these units and press towards the triangles. You are making a larger triangle shape. Next, we need to piece one of these larger triangle units to the units made with the medium triangles. Pin to prevent the seams from shifting as you sew. Combine the units to make a large piece triangle and press. Piece the remaining accent unit with one large dark triangle to make a square that measures 4.5 inches by 4.5 inches. Piece the other two large dark triangles onto adjacent sides of this unit to make a larger triangle unit. You can either finger press as I'm doing here, or you can take it to the ironing board to press those seams. Once sewn, you'll want to trim off any of the excess fabric. Press towards the dark fabric. Piece the small dark triangles onto the ends of the 2.5-inch by 6.5-inch rectangles. Press towards the dark fabric. Next, we need to sew the large piece triangle units to each other. You can either finger press or press with an iron. I did pin in a few spots to help keep everything together. Piece the rectangle units onto adjacent sides of this large block to form the base of the basket and press toward the rectangles. Trim the excess fabric off the corner to have a nice straight edge to sew the last corner onto the block. Piece a light triangle to the corner and press towards the triangle. Trim is necessary to make the block measure 10.5 inches by 10.5 inches. Hopefully you've kept up and now you have 12 blocks ready to put together into a quilt. There will be 3 more videos in this series, each showing a different way to finish the blocks off. First will be the Christmas blocks, then the 30s blocks, and finally the red and white. So keep on watching for those videos. Here are the blocks done in my alternate colorways of Christmas and red and white. The pattern can be found in the Files section of our Facebook group called The Quilted Forest Friends, or you can take screenshots to print at home or push pause and take notes. We hope you will remember to hit the like button, leave us a comment, share this video with your quilting friends, and subscribe. Thanks for watching and happy quilting!